YouTube, welcome to our channel, Immigrant Corner, where we talk about almost anything and everything.
All the controversial issues.
All the controversial issues, we'll try to cover whatever we can. This is based on our own opinion, our own experiences, based on the studies we've done, research that we've done, and we are here to talk about the fun topic of coronavirus and how it has impacted everybody's lives and work and everything else.
What to look forward to.
What to look forward to, yeah. With that, the topic of coronavirus and Thanksgiving and all these states who are mandating these lockdowns and like these
Looking
ridiculous
forward to another shutdown or things like that.
these ridiculous number of people can be in your household, like our favorite Governor Gavin Newsom, who said total of 10 people in your house. And
not only he was
I'm sorry,
partying out with his
hilarious,
friends,
dude.
not only that, the main thing was on that table were California health officials as well. So it wasn't like if you say, hey,
they're having a birthday party.
if the governor, and then obviously we had the hot mic on camera, the Pennsylvania lunatics.
Yeah.
They got caught literally laughing about putting mask on for show when they come in front of the camera and then taking it off as soon as they're not on the camera.
Let me tell you something. We're not doctors, we're not nurses. This is based on public open source information, how the numbers are coming out. The numbers are coming out for the vaccine. It was a Pfizer said 90%, then Moderna,
95%.
Moderna said 94.6%, and the survival rate of the virus is 99.92%. Now, here's the interesting part. You can survive the virus at 99.92%, right? The vaccine works at 94.6%. Side effects of the vaccine, they have said it's so severe that it's almost worth it just to get the virus at this point.
Yeah,
I mean, look, we're not telling you to go out and get the virus. We're not telling you to don't wear your mask. We're not telling you to purposely expose yourself to somebody that has the coronavirus. What we're saying is lockdowns, they said the lockdown's going to work. We went into a lockdown, it didn't work. And I'll tell you why. If you want a full lockdown, that means everything shuts down. That includes grocery stores. That includes
and it doesn't affect nothing.
No, but hold on. It includes, if you want to... Bless you.
I'm blasting over here the coronavirus.
He's spraying the virus among
Oh, my goodness.
Look, when they say shut down, that means shut everything down. You cannot go to the store. That's the shutdown. If they want a real shutdown, that means close
but that doesn't
everything
do
down.
anything. I mean, at this point, it's honestly, in my opinion, I've been following it, since the whole thing started. To me, it's like this cat is out of the bag, right? So the funniest thing I've heard this year is that the government can't stop a virus. That's, to me, is like the most ridiculous, funniest thing. I mean, government has a hard time to, stop people from doing stupid stuff or anything. Stop a virus.
Here's the best thing.
And the virus...
Hold on. Here's the best thing. The best part is they have vaccines for... They have vaccines for the flu. They have vaccines for the measles. And guess what? People still get it.
Yeah.
So if the vaccine is supposed to eliminate a virus, which it does not, vaccine does not eliminate the virus, okay? It also, in a way, it just prevents you as an individual of getting the virus. And I'm not really comfortable right now sitting next to this guy because he's got the sniffles.
I've been just moving some furniture and helping a friend.
But
it's been a long day.
But what I'm trying to say is the vaccines are there to protect you. Yes, we get that. But the time that it took for these vaccines to be safe, I mean, there's also those anti-vaccine people that,
now I have to give them credit. This is a different kind of vaccine. So typical vaccine
this is a two-part vaccine.
Right.
It is a
Typical vaccine is either is a dead virus or part of the virus. So your body gets familiar with the virus and then
to build antibodies and protect.
So this is like a RNA vaccine. So that means I think the research of it, if it's effective, it can help with the other type of viruses too. So because it's going to be implemented, viruses are, not all the viruses obviously are the same. They behave differently, but if they can just use the same methodology, it can definitely open the way for effective vaccines for other illnesses. So, but the thing is, like I was talking to a friend, and it says like
we don't really know how the vaccine is going to work.
Yeah, but I was talking to a friend of mine, and he said New Zealand and South Korea have stopped coronavirus. I said that's not true. That is not true.
They stopped it. They put a stop.
Right.
To
they
the
said,
virus.
Stop coronavirus. Stop. It's not true. The reason is because research shows, for example, people that they stayed in a building actually get more high rate coronavirus. Let's say in New York, places with a highly dense population get more
very poor air circulation.
And virus,
air purification.
The coronavirus is the same family of viruses of the common cold and flu. We have different strains of flu. This is just another strain that wasn't exposed to the human population, and now it's been introduced to the human population.
Interesting part is the number of people who have contracted the actual flu has dropped.
Right. My question is. The reason I'm saying you cannot stop it and everybody eventually going to get it, and I was giving an example because he said, no, you can't stop a virus. I said, no, you can't, because I give you a good example. Let's say you just pack your bags, go for camping. Now is the winter season, it's cold. Go for camping, go mountain climbing if you're in a high altitude region, right? You're out in the wilderness by yourself. There's nobody around you.
You're gonna catch a cold.
You're gonna catch a cold. So once the viruses, we are literally in a sea of viruses and bacteria inside our body, on our body, and all over us. So there's nothing that it can stop that. And when you are young, your body is immune to it, or just more stronger to fight it off. And when you get older, the same common cold can turn into a flu and just be more serious and deadly. So as you said, you can go up in a mountain, you haven't seen anybody, you are not exposed to anybody, and you're still going to catch cold. Where did that virus come from? That means that virus was already in your body, just looking for ideal condition to triggers it to get activated. So that activation, so you can have that virus in your body all year long.
It was FedExed.
Right. All year long, let's say in spring and summer when it's warm, and even in summertime, let's say if you're sweating and stuff, and all of a sudden you just go front of the AC, you might catch a cold. They call it summer cold, right? Because you're hot, all of a sudden you just get
temperature change. Sudden temperature change can trigger that.
Right.
It could trigger it.
So it's in your body. Coronavirus might be in your body, might not show right now. Maybe it just shows up 6 months down the road.
Cable news might trigger it.
Yeah, I mean anything.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if you know somebody that has major underlying conditions, and by all means, man, protect your eldest. That's the whole thing. The eldest are the most vulnerable with this virus. People with major underlying conditions are the most vulnerable with this virus. I think they're the ones should be protected. The general public has shown that at this point, after almost a year of this, lockdown this and lockdown that, and you can't go to work and you can't go to the store, you can't go to a restaurant, but you can ride all night long. They're tired of it. It's enough. It's
so much hypocrisy and
too much hypocrisy. They're saying, in the middle of a pandemic, how is it okay for people to go out and loot and riot and protest? And look, we understand the cause. It's not we're not discussing the cause. We're discussing the fact that there's like thousands of people are in the middle of the street, in the middle of a pandemic, while everyone's on a lockdown. But hey, you go break into a store and take everything you want. So that's not cool.
It's like everything else has been politicized,
It's
and
been
when things are
politicized.
politicized, people don't trust it, don't believe it, no matter what they say at this point. I think they have agenda,
At this
and you
moment,
see,
dude, there's a riot in L.A. There's a riot
right,
in California because of
Germany.
stupid,
I mean, Germans are
stupid
usually
lockdown.
very obedient,
Right
nice
before
people.
Thanksgiving, are you freaking kidding me? Right before
Right.
Thanksgiving, you're gonna do a mandatory lockdown?
Right.
Are you freaking kidding me? Come on, man.
I was talking to
People are tired of this crap.
talking to a restaurant
The-
owner today, and he was just so upset because their business is pretty much down the tube, and you can't just do that to people. And honestly, you have some political party and politicians, they're looking at this like an opportunity.
Well, they want the Great Reset. Remember,
they want exactly.
Trudeau said
They want put everybody.
They want a Great Reset, and
We grew up in that kind of system.
Please.
They want to put everybody on food stamp and some sort of rationing.
This is a
and
huge
they would be
globalism
the-
advantage.
Right.
This is where the globalists want to take advantage of. It's where you can take advantage of people's vulnerabilities, which means the more government, the more power you give the government, the less power as an individual or as a citizen you have. Which means right now you're giving them as much power as they want because you think you're loud. You think you are giving your voice a chance to be heard, but in reality, you know what you're doing? You're giving that platform to a politician who's basically going to make your life a living hell. Not right now, not right this second, not next year, but give it a decade.
Incrementally.
Okay, you have to realize how policy works, how every action of a politician works. It does, especially local policies, domestic policies. They don't happen right away. It takes time for you to see the effect. Okay, it takes time. It's not like foreign policy.
Weren't we supposed to have like a 2 weeks for flattening the curve? They said only 2 weeks. Now 2 weeks.
That was 3 months.
That was March, and now we are almost like Christmas time, Thanksgiving time. And they're still talking about another shutdown because now they got power
there's
to
a wave
do that.
coming. There's another wave
and
coming.
if you look at it, all these massive corporations, their profits are off the roof, but they're destroying small businesses. They're destroying small businesses.
No, you know why they become more
no
powerful?
competition from the small businesses.
They're
Nobody's
getting
spending
free
money. Right. Not only that.
They're getting free money, dude.
Not only that. So think about it. That's a federal judge in Pennsylvania had when it struck down the Pennsylvania governor's rulings as unconstitutional. I recommend everybody read that. He has a long name too, but the federal judge, very young, Trump appointee, and he said you cannot shut down a business while at the same time Walmart is open providing the same goods. So you're shutting down a small furniture store, mom and pop,
but
saying this is thing, but you're allowing big chain to stay open, and you can't do that.
You know what the argument is? The big chain has more employees than the small business.
It doesn't matter. It's unconstitutional.
I understand that. No, but I'm saying that's the argument. They're saying that chain store can provide more goods to more mass than the small mom and pop shop. But you know what you're doing?
But he deemed it unconstitutional.
No, I understand that, but what I'm trying to say is these lockdowns, this is what's going to do to small business.
It's unconstitutional.
It's unconstitutional. Besides that, what I'm saying, like the small business owner, okay, they don't have that much positive cash flow to begin with to have
to survive.
To have more than 6 months of savings.
Not even that.
I'm saying, I'm just giving you, they don't make that much positive cash flow to be able to have that saving put away for a rainy day like a major corporation does. So when you say, oh, we need the lockdown, we need to do this, then you get in your car and you go to the grocery store, you buy food. Well, who's gonna have to put that food in the store? The truck driver, right? Well, the clerk. Where does that food come from? It comes by the truck. Where is that truck coming from? From the farm. Where's the farm? What is the farmer gonna do? Well, the farmer has to be in the field, work on the crop to be able to produce material to get to the store. Well, guess what? You shut everything down, you have no more food. Okay? That restaurant just went out of business because they're not allowed to serve food to people. Okay? They're not allowed to have any more positive cash flow to stay afloat. And I know some people are going to say, oh, well, if they don't have enough cash flow, then they're not a successful business. Well, guess what, man? Not everybody can work for a corporation. Not everybody can work for a big chain store. Some people's dream, and this is why America is so great, because if you have a dream, you can make it come true.
And for people,
by working
it has
hard.
taken years for them to even have that business.
5 years, 6 years,
You know,
they've been operating.
Restaurants
it's
and small
heartbreaking,
business.
man.
Years and years, and they employ a lot of people.
Of course,
right? So when you're shutting them down, you're actually pushing people to unemployment at levels not seen, even worse than the first time, because economy was very strong the first time.
Yeah.
I don't think, if God forbid, like you get the Biden administration comes in, especially if they don't have a Senate to stop them. Jesus, I mean, you're going to see like a...
You want a dictatorship? That's
right,
what's going to happen. That's a dictatorship.
That's a Venezuela, like, you're going to have it in no time.
When you have...
They're already threatening people. They're already creating lists. To be on that list. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a different subject for a different day. Coming soon.
That's like crazy to me.
Yeah.
And I think, like, looking at the history of United States, that's what I love, history. So we have a long history of civil disobedience in this country. Peaceful protest, civil disobedience, right? When something is unjust, is obviously like beyond common sense unjust, we have a right to not comply with it. Today in New York, they had like a video went viral, a restaurant owner. So they had the health inspector with two police officers or some law enforcement coming in, trying to shut him down. They said, "Why you don't have mask on?" He says, "That's none of your business." It says, "If you're going to come over here, go get a warrant." That means arrest me, go get a warrant for being over here or whatever. So once everybody is just like you see in Germany, people are tired of it. And unless, that's the thing. Governments never reduce their encroachment upon people's individual liberties until they are being pushed back. If you never push back, if we didn't have the civil rights movement, nothing would change.
Yep. And here, let me tell you something.
With this situation, they're encroaching and encroaching.
Yeah.
And,
But here's the thing. Do you think if the government actually wanted to help, do you think they would do in such a way that, to keep people healthy, right? U.S. as a nation has a pretty large level of obesity and, unhealthy individuals.
God bless America.
But here's the ironic thing. You keep saying people's immune system, not you, but, they keep saying people's immune system isn't, is the cause of the coronavirus and people get really sick and they can't fight it off and all that stuff. Well, how about keeping the gyms open so people can work out and stay healthy? What about that? Why are you guys closing the gyms?
No, when they shut down means you can't even go in the street. Now they want to have curfew.
Yeah, you're gonna have curfew. This is not how it's gonna work. Who's
gonna be in charge of neighborhoods? When you have gangs roaming around.
When you start charging a gym owner $15,000 a day, fine. This is in New Jersey, by the way. A gym owner is getting fined $15,000 per day for staying open. They've had 70,000 visits to their gym, and not one case of coronavirus has ever been linked to their gym.
I don't buy that at this point. This coronavirus thing, obviously, we don't deny I don't deny the virus existed. China released it up on the world intentionally or unintentionally. That's a different topic, right?
Yeah.
But so you have a virus in densely populated area at the beginning, obviously had the most effect. Right now, if this is pandemic, I haven't seen anybody coughing in 7 months. What kind of a pandemic that is? I haven't seen anybody. I haven't seen anybody collapse. You go to the emergency room. I've been to the hospital. They don't let anybody go in. It's empty, wide open. You know what I'm saying? I don't see people just gasping for air. So to me, at this point, is like, oh, the number of cases. It would be like people having cold. Okay, you get sick. Couple days of medicine. Your vitamins. You take treatment. Vast majority of people, they're just going to be fine. Even elderly, they're going to be fine.
Here's the funny thing,
right?
In California right now, if you want to take the COVID test, it'll take you at least 2 hours. You have to drive at least 2 hours to get one because there's not one around. They're not doing testing. They're not doing rapid testing anymore. They're not doing rapid testing anymore in California. And like for example, if you go to Texas, you have 5 minutes so you could get a test.
No, I heard Elon Musk. They did it.
Four times.
He did it four times with different nozzles, and then it was different nostrils. Yeah, in his nose, and it was different results. One was negative, one was positive.
2 negative, 2 positive. So that was the result. And
good thing is not the pregnancy test. Otherwise, you didn't know who's the
false negative, is, man. I mean, what was a false positive? Sorry.
So what was that show?
Which show?
Yeah, the guy doing the DNA test to see if you're a father or not.
Oh, the Murray Show.
The Murray Show. Yeah, they did coronavirus. You are 100% positive.
Yeah. So, anyways, guys, enjoy your Thanksgiving. I hope you guys can spend
my life like this virus doesn't exist. We are playing this game for right now with the mask and everything, but a couple more months. If they're going to push the limit, I personally, I'm not going to put mask on, kind of like a censor myself. Soon you're going to see they just give you a personalized noose to just put over your neck. And I'm sorry, if you come from oppressive societies, I'm not going to do that.
We already tried the oppressive society. We lived in it. We experienced it. We still get flashback from it, and this is why we act the way we act. We talk the way we talk. This has nothing to do with party affiliation. Hold on. This has nothing to do with party affiliation, okay? This is our actual experiences. This is our actual thoughts, our own opinion. Many people can call us crazy. Many people can, they do call me crazy all the time. I won't deny it. But reality is reality, man. I mean, this is how we grew up. We grew up rough. I look at my kids. I was like, oh my God, these kids, they have everything they need, and they have no idea what I went through to get here. Zero clue. Yeah. And a little coronavirus is not gonna scare me. And keep in mind, it doesn't mean that I won't protect my kids. My kids are my life. My family is my life. I will protect them with every drop of my body, drop of blood of my body. So, but when it comes down to liberty of myself and everybody else around me, you can't mess with it. Don't mess with our liberties, okay? This is America. This is the land of free. This is where freedom actually means freedom.
As Benjamin Franklin famously said, he said, those who would give up their liberty for false pretense of safety and security will not have neither. That means you're not going to have neither safety
you're gonna lose everything.
Nor liberty. So don't, I personally I'm hesitant. I question everything all the time. Now, the funny thing is, even in Iran at the beginning, they said there's no coronavirus. Our numbers are so low. They try to just do that and stuff. But now they see the West freaking out. They try to take advantage of this opportunity to implement radical policies and stuff like that. Yep. Now, even those oppressive countries, they said, whoa, we are behind the game now. Oh, coronavirus is really bad. Now they're increasing their death numbers every day in order for people, if you go out to try to protest or complain about the regime, the corruption and everything else, they're going to say, oh, no, we are dealing with pandemic. We are dealing with pandemic. They had mass protests last year which they killed hundreds of young people.
Yeah.
And now this year, all of a sudden, the first 3-4 months was like, oh, we have the lowest number. Look at the West. I mean, they're a joke. And all of a sudden they said, okay, we can take advantage of this opportunity the same way the Western governments they do. And then they are just doing the same thing. Yeah. And it's not scientific. It's not common sense. Most of them are hypocrites. You look at them. They don't care. Behind the scene, they're laughing at us. You know what I'm saying? They think like we are just, totally just dumb to put up with this thing. What is this? I mean, so I personally don't buy it.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching our episode. Please subscribe.
Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy
subscribe.
The turkey. Don't put the mask on turkey.
Yeah, subscribe, share, hit the ring button, so you get notified when we upload a new episode. Leave your comments below. We will be back with another topic soon. Happy Thanksgiving. Stay safe, and
God bless America.
God bless America.